Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 15 of Multiblock Madness. I'm so annoyed by these, all the paint things that are coming out of Thaumcraft. I'm forgetting the name of the pack. So I saw there another one just spawned over in this area. I think it's an extension of this flux rift, the flux from this trunk flowing away, spawning new rifts. And I noticed another rift had recently spawned right here. So if we look at the flux in this trunk, it should be pretty low. Yeah, because these rifts spawn, they don't last very long because they spawn at like 50-ish flux, I think. And then they reasonably quickly absorb what little flux there is, and then it'll spawn another 8-tentacle danger noodle that we have to kill. But anyways, my point is, looking at all these rifts spawning in my base, it kind of frightens me. At some point, I'm going to leave one unattended, it's going to turn a huge area purple, and I'm going to lose a lot of progress. So why don't we start today off by doing something about them? For me, there's a couple ways we can do something about them. There's a thing built into Thaumcraft that we can use to reduce flux. But I personally find the blood magic solution much more easy. So what we're going to do is try to get our blood magic altar to tier 4. That requires getting the tier 4 caps, which, if memory serves me right, are weak blood shards, or at least they're made from weak blood shards. They're these. But yeah, so these large bloodstone tiles are what we need to make the tier 4 blood altar, and then once we have the tier 4 blood altar, we can make a ritual that will get rid of flux, which will have the effect of not only not spawning these things in the first place, but we can then in the future use our thaumatorium here, or essentially smeltery, to our heart's content without worrying about effectively polluting our trunk with this dirty flux. Let's look at what it takes to make the large bloodstone tile then. So that's crafted from weak blood shards. These are brought from mobs slain by a bound blade, no other ritual or no other recipes. The bound blade is made by using a binding reagent and a diamond sword. So the diamond sword's trivial, we're going to ignore that. But the binding reagent requires a hellfire forge and some things here. The only thing that really catches my eye is tar. Not quite sure where we're supposed to get it. The liquid tar. Oh no, we'll figure that out in a bit. I don't think it'll be that hard. I suspect this can be analyzed from frozen. Well, it's less than 1%. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the other thing we need is this has to be made in a hellfire forge using some will. So we have to make ourselves a hellfire forge. And for this, we need fiery ingots. That's about the only difficult thing here, and some demonic will. All right. Let's see how we're doing so far. Good. Literally none of the items. The pedestal is pretty easy to craft. These are easy to make. There we go. We're now 4 items in. The fire ingots come from, I think we got the fiery blood as a quest reward, or the token reward. So I guess we just do that. We don't have to go to the Twilight Forest to actually fight anything. Now how are we doing? All right. The arcane pedestal I just craft. The demonic will requires killing mobs that have been snared with the rudimentary snare. Wait, no? Use Ascension Sword. Alright, different plan. Make ourselves a Sentient Sword. What is this doing? Throw a fiery sword into a crucible with some aspects. We can do that. Craft one of these. And then what are the aspects? Victus, Infernus, and Cognitio. Melt some stuff down for their aspects, and once again we'll craft in our thaumatorium instead of the crucible, because this is just a little bit easier. So once it sucks all our aspects in, they should spit out a Sentient Sword, and conveniently enough the sword comes with looting and mending on it, which is nice, I guess. Usually I have to go enchant the sword afterwards, so a free looting and mending source. I suppose if we need more like mending books, we could use this as a way of creating the enchanted book by stripping mending off the sword, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Anyways, let's go kill some mobs. Probably easiest to go to the nether for that. And each mob you kill has a, well, I guess it's probably guaranteed. Yeah, it's guaranteed to drop some demonic will. Weird that it's all will quality 1. Thought there was like some randomness to the will quality you got, but I guess not. All right, that is enough will for now. So let's go back home. And if you have a Tartaric gem in your inventory, the will just gets stored in the gem. If you don't, the will gets dropped as an item. We can then use it to make ourselves a Hellfire Forge. Keep the rest on us for now. We need, in order to make the binding reagent, we need minimum 100 will. So we need a Tartaric gem that can hold 100 gem, which is a lesser tier. All right. So then step one, let's craft a common one. Actually, we should make at least a couple common Tartaric gems. I believe two, oopsies. 2 is a minimum, so let's make a couple more than that. They're used in a couple crafting recipes as well, but you have to upgrade them from one tier to the other. And in the process, you need 1 to upgrade. Look at the lesser gem. 1 to upgrade and 1 to provide the will for the upgrading. We can then fill up the gems by just killing some zombies or some other mobs. The fact that each mob only drops 1 will does make this a bit slower than usual. Maybe it's because of the mob type I'm killing, like maybe Enderman or something will drop more, but I have a very fast zombie spawner, and I have a lot of reach, so I can just kind of hover above them. And this is a pretty quick way to fill them up. So anyways, I guess there's an even easier way, right? I can put this in my offhand. No, other way around. Put this in my main hand. And then use a laser gun. Although that's basically the same rate. Anyways, I'm going to fill up our couple Tartaric gems here. All charged up, so we'll put the full gem in that slot. And then, wait, that's not the right recipe. That's how we make tier 1s. Diamonds, blocks. Okay. And then we'll upgrade these one at a time to tier 2. I think the one you upgrade actually, wait, does it keep it or does it lose its will? Yeah, it loses all of its will. So you don't necessarily have to, fill all of your tier 1 gems or any of your gems when you're upgrading. But anyways, you can then shift right click any gem and it'll fill up the highest tier gem in your inventory. And we'll use this one to craft. These to be crafted with. All right, so now we have over 100. I forget what the number was. 100, I believe that was the goal. So now that we have that, we can move on to getting these 2 items. This I think is very simple. Just dip glowstone into the altar, wait a while. Now I still have to figure out exactly how to get tar. One option is to trade with a paleontologist. I think we see these villagers around quite a bit. Let's go see if I can find one of those. We also need some emeralds to trade. So as far as I know, there's one quite close by. They show up green on the minimap, which is helpful. Okay, except not this one. This is probably a wizard. Let's confirm. All right, he doesn't like it when I do that, does he? Yeah, that was his house. He'll get over it. Let's find a paleontologist. They have these, like, huts that spawn out in the world. Oh, I'm overthinking this by like a quarter mile. We can melt either coal or charcoal for tar. Once again, in the Hellfire Forge with just over 100 will left. We do the thing, craft it up, gives us a binding reagent. Then we can bind the sword to us, which should give us... My roof's not wooden, is it? Good. Because I don't want my house burning down. A bound blade. The bound blade, if we shift right click it, it becomes active. If we don't shift right click it, it's passive. It doesn't do anything while passive. While active, it very slowly drains your life essence network. So don't necessarily leave it active too much longer than you need to. But anyways, when you kill mobs with it, does, based on where I place that spawner, it does need to be nighttime for any mobs to spawn. But we'll just sleep. There we go. Alright, when you kill mobs with it, they have a chance to drop the blood shards. I think the chance is dependent on the fortune level or the looting level on the weapon. Yep, I think I saw one, yeah. Alright, I only need 1, so you can stop spawning now. If I end up needing a lot more of these, I'll enchant the sword, but if we only need the 1, then it's not worth it. But there we go, weak blood shard. Each one makes 16 large bloodstone tiles, so we'll probably need it for some of these other things, though. Oh, we'll definitely need more. Alright, let me enchant the sword, and then we'll farm a few more. I wonder what level the enchanting tables here go to based on the apotheosis config, I believe, and I don't actually know how that's set up right now. So let's see. Right now 40, so I guess 40 is as high as we can go without hell shelves. Because if mana pylons don't take it any higher. Also, I don't know why I can't put a mana pylon on top of that one. Not where I wanted it. That's still 40, right? Alright, 40 it is. We'll just take level 40 enchants. I don't think that pylon does anything there. Given my luck, we're not going to actually get looting. Come on. But we got sharpness. I'll take it. Since we have unlimited access to Darksteel now, we can just make the Darksteel Enchanter, which can make looting books for us. Alternatively, I could just make more sentient swords and strip their looting. Endless options. Anyways, I expect that now that we're enchanted with looting, basically every kill, or most kills, should give us crystal. That appears to not be true. But I see there's at least one more there. I don't know. We won't need more than like a dozen, so I hope. If we need much more than this, we're going to have to set up something automated. I'm not sure if the kills by lightning actually count for purposes of getting, like, do they count as kills by the bound blade and thus have a drop chance for the crystal? I don't know. We're almost there. So if I grab 28 total runes, we can upgrade our altar. This should do it. And then it doesn't matter what functional runes we use, so I'm going to go with speed and capacity. Speed, you can probably guess what that does. Capacity increases. You can probably guess what that one does too. It's actually not that important to use capacity runes at this point because our blood generation is so incredibly high, but at some point we probably do want the high tier capacity runes, the superior capacity ones, but those are an upgrade from the basic capacity rune anyways. So we'll take the intermediate upgrade for now. All right, pull you out of there and get our exchanging gadget real quick. Two of these rows will turn into speed, so go opposite sides for aesthetics. And then two of these will turn into capacity. I love you, exchanging gadget. And our altar is tier 4. Excellent. So we have a lot more blood capacity in it as well, because each of those capacity runes adds, I think it's 2,000. So 2,000 times 14, 28,000 plus a 10,000 base. Yep, we're up to 38,000. We don't generate any more blood than we did before because we didn't add any sacrifice runes. All right. Anyways, now that we have tier 4, we can take our diviner and upgrade it. So right now we have this ritual diviner. To upgrade it, we need 2 demonic slates and some elemental inscription tools of biotite. Oh, this is a bit more difficult than I thought. Are you serious? How am I going to get blocks of biotite? Well, first things first, let's make our blood orb for this tier, because I think I actually skipped last tier's blood orb as well. I'm still using the tier 2 blood orb, so maybe there's no recipes as far as I know that require a specific tier. It's always tier X or above, so you're allowed to skip blood orb tiers. And now we have the master ones. The tier 3 blood orb was kind of annoying to make. We had to do probably have time to bottle this to make enough blood. But the tier 3 blood orb required some, like the arcane alchemy thing, this thing to make. So while it's set up, it is like a 7-step process to do. So we're just gonna skip tier 3 and go straight to tier 4. I'm gonna make 4. Probably don't need 4, but you end up wanting more than one. Like, you leave one on your altar to fill your blood orb or your blood network with. You leave one in your alchemy table to do crafting with. You leave one in your enemy system to do crafting with. And I don't know what you do with the 4th one. Now back to our biotite problem. according to JEI, the only way to get it is through the implosion compressor. I'm going to try the compacting drawer too to see if it'll work. I don't expect it to, but in any event, we have to actually get ender biotite. So this is generated in the end after killing the dragon. I only have 4 ender pearls, so I hope I have enough ender dust to get. I have 180. That's probably enough. I don't have a way to one-to-one these into ender pearls yet, do I? Not without a pressurizer. Oh wait, I can explode them with TNT. I mean, I'm always down to explode stuff with TNT. Nope. Alright, full-size TNT it is. Did someone say explosions? So I think it said we lose some of the dust. Out of 2 stacks, we got like stack and a half. Oh well. Better than the 4-to-1 crafting I've been doing before without looking at the recipe. There should be plenty to find our way to the stronghold. And in fact, Cork has a solid ender eye, a reusable ender eye for finding strongholds. I don't actually know. I mean, on average, do you actually use up 8 eyes of ender while looking for a stronghold? Probably not. But anyways, let's bring a teleportation thing with us to put in the end. I believe these work interdimensionally. Maybe not. Let's put it on the stronghold. And I want a spawner seeker. This has a nice thing of it can seek out the spawner, the silverfish spawner. That's right by the portal. That makes it very easy to actually find the portal. So I have a waypoint that I marked. Let's see if I oopsies, that hotkey. The question mark one. Find. Where are you? Was it over? I swear I saw a stronghold under the ground while flying around that was world genning. But I guess the stronghold that I now see is not even in that direction. So anyways, I'm gonna work our way through the stronghold and hopefully, oh, this still has durability. Wow, it's reusable, but it only has 100 uses. That's like hardly worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna, whoopsies. My creative flight is not infinite, huh? Do I have my glider? Glider and staff of teleportation. Good enough. Oh, lucky me. Seems like the stronghold is in the water. In some real deep water. Oh great, that's even patrolled by those annoying little guys. Alright, well, I gotta get down there somehow and not drown. Oh look, there's even a, can you see it? There's a, whoop, we captured it. Okay. Oh, I guess that's because I was holding shift. Anyways, I'm thinking that we just have enough hit points that even if I drown a little bit, it's okay. A little drowning never hurt anyone, right? Perfect. Alright, so the stronghold is around here somewhere. Let's see if we can get out of the water. And hopefully we run right into it. This room here sure looks like the spawner room, so let's just head northeast. What, this direction? See if we get there. Found it, I think. Cool. So let's silk touch the spawner in case I need a silverfish spawner for whatever reason down the line. If not, I can turn it into a perhaps more useful type of spawner. Put a thing here to teleport to, and we needed almost all of the eyes. All right, here we go to the end. Excuse me. Portal. Thank you. Please don't drop me through like that. Good. I'm glad I kept some the building blocks I got while building on me. I guess I do have my staff of traveling still. All right, let's go kill this dragon. Should be as simple as blasting him to bits. Actually, I wonder, do we do enough damage to kill him through the pillars? I'm curious. Probably do. Aha, we don't even have to kill the little orbs. I think if I get the cadence right, he doesn't iframe every other shot. This isn't really working out. I'm spending all my time chasing him around without flight because I don't quite have enough range. And I guess I could do that, but it's such a pain in the butt. I should have just killed the crystals. But now I'm committed. Once you... Whoa, dear. Once you make a bad decision, you commit to your bad decision. Don't turn around. I've probably done like at least twice or 3 times his health bar and damage now. Alright. That landing should do him in. There we go. So, this is already... Oh, that's tungsten. Never mind. Usually the biotite, yeah, it doesn't spawn until you kill the dragon. God, oh, dang it! I saw the essence in there and I wanted it. There were a couple... Oh, server crash. Alright, be right back. Ooh, scared me a second. I was in a crash loop there for a bit. I crashed like 3 times in a row. But it seems like we're out of it. So... Alright, I think we're good now. It does not look like I was able to snag the essences, which means they probably got sent to world spawn. Am I allowed to do this? It looks like I am. And they're not here. Oh yeah, they are. Okay, cool. So I wanted to get the essences. I don't know if the other looks of things, the infinity boosters are in consumable mode, so getting 1 infinity booster is no big deal. But 4 supreme essence is nice. Anyways, these can be... Are the scales useful for anything? Not for a while. Alright, anyways, let's go back home and then teleport once again to the end and grab ourselves a little bit of biotite. So for that, I should have marked it on my mini map where the portal was, but 1 level, no big deal. While I'm here, it looks like there's also lots of tungsten. Does this? No, that just mines. And how do we process this? Looks like the simplest way is we can... Well, this still only gets us dusts. I don't know, I'll figure it out when we get there. But this biotite is what I came here for. So, I believe this is affected by... Ooh, that wasn't biotite. This is affected by fortune, so I'll pick it up with our fortune 10 pickaxe. And then it's a matter of, can we turn this into blocks in some cheeky way? Alright, moment of truth. Can you do a compacting drawer? No, you can't. Didn't think so. Meanwhile, I came back to look at our the rift that was here, and I noticed it's gone. I think it tried to spawn the tentacle in the water, and then the tentacle just died. Either it failed to spawn or it died to the water. So thanks, water. Looking at where things stand, I think we're once again back to observing our rifts and making sure they don't do anything too horrible. This one hasn't done anything in a long time. I think it has something to do with the stabilizers. The stabilizers like prevent it from decaying or something. Because it also hasn't grown larger, whereas the other rifts that spawn grow larger before they die. So I don't know. But the fact that these rifts have spawned have largely drained the flux out of these chunks to levels that are manageable, non-dangerous. So we can just like leave it, I guess. I took a look at what it would take to just make the implosion compressor. The machine itself we can make, because I think I've looted a couple advanced machine frames from dungeons. However, it requires 26 advanced machine casings, and these we're not even close to making 1 of yet. So to make the multi-block for it, so we're not going to be able to just like make the implosion compressor. So anyways, why don't we just rewind back to the start of the chapter and work our way through towards the Osmium chapter, towards the ME controller and stuff. All the stuff that we've done today, turns out, doesn't do anything for us yet. Oh well. First machine I want to make is the assembly machine. This makes it a lot easier to make circuit boards, or circuits in general. And I would really hope I never have to make another circuit on the engineer's workbench. Alright, so the machine frame from this is probably the most difficult part. It's a lot of stuff. Good news is I've looted a couple from dungeons already. So how many do I have? I have 3 basic and 2 advanced frames, and you know what, I'm going to use them. So 1 assembly machine coming right up. Oh, my 1 basic circuit short. Don't do this to me. 1 last electronic circuit crafted the old-fashioned way makes us the assembly machine. Alright, so this doesn't require any multi-block, thankfully. Why does this link to the smart breaker? Oh, I guess because we makes the circuits for it. Yeah, whatever. So one weird thing about these, well, a couple weird things about these tech reborn machines. First of all, if you want to pick them up, you need a wrench. If you just pickaxe it, it drops the item or the casing. That's obviously very bad. So make yourself a wrench. I think actually it doesn't have to be the Tech Reborn wrench. I think Tech Reborn, despite all of its awfulness, does have interoperability wrench-wise with the other mods. Yeah, okay. So we don't need that specific crappy wrench. But assembly machine itself does not use RF or anything, or it does use RF, but it does not directly connect to universal cables. So whoopsies. It also doesn't connect if you don't put it adjacent to it. But yeah, well, it connects to universal cables, like physically, but it doesn't accept energy from them. I'm not sure why. I suspect Tech Reborn is doing something weird. Because when it comes to Tech Reborn, they do things weirdly. What I do then is that I use just a single piece of Tech Reborn cable. For now, it'll have to be the copper cable, because I don't think we can make... Let's see, tin is worse. Gold is better, but we need a machine to make that. Oh, we can do this. Here we go. We'll use this cable. If you don't cover it, it shocks you, but that's okay. Getting shocked by this doesn't hurt that bad. Oh, it does light you on fire too. Fancy. Quick detour. Now seems like a good time to make the storage remote. So I think the upgraded storage remote is the one I want. Let me just make sure of that real quick. There's a couple different ones. Simple, upgraded, advanced. Use from unlimited. No, advanced is the one we want, but we can't make advanced yet. So upgraded is what we'll settle for. I believe this gives us both crafting, bind it to the controller. Right, yeah, this gives us both crafting access as well as storage access. So we'll set the, let's see, sort by count. Cool. So this effectively is just like our wireless tablet. Anyways, let's start setting up the assembler. The reason I wanted the remote is because the assembler is going to end up being placed like way out here. And if we're going to put machines quite this far out, I don't want to have to go all the way back to our base. Just, you know, all the way back to our tablet over there just to be able to access our stuff. Anyways, I'm just gonna pretend this vein doesn't exist, I think, and we'll build over it. I'm gonna redo our wiring a little bit. Like over here, I'm just gonna leave this dire wire alone. It's floating up in the air and whatnot, and that's okay. But over in this part of the base, I'm gonna switch it up and put the wiring effectively in the ground. So we're gonna have this here as our main backbone, and then lines shooting off left and right as our, like, where we put our machines. So I mentioned these Tech Reborn machines won't accept power unless I connect them to a different cable. So the last connection point will be a Tech Reborn cable. And now we have our assembly machine. So what do we do with this? Well, let's start by making a large batch of just basic circuits. So this needs basic circuit boards and like electrum. Yeah, just 2 electrum and a refined iron make 2. Great deal. Tech Reborn machines have one redeeming factor. They have a lot of very bad factors, but one redeeming factor, and that is that with 4 overclockers, they're insanely fast. Problem is, we're not going to be able to just make 4 overclockers. We need, I mean, the coolant cell I think we can make. It's just a lot of tin. Well, we need some gelid cryothium too. I don't know, but the control circuit here is even, we're just not going to look at that for now. So we're stuck without overclockers, which means we have to just use our time in a bottle, I guess. But like even time in a bottle, this thing is unimpressively slow. Good thing is I have a whole day in my time in a bottle, so I have a lot of time. Speaking of time, we're running out of it today, so I'm going to work on killing a wither real quick, because we killed the dragon today, which means I am contractually obligated, I believe, to kill a wither. Also apparently failed to get a DNA swab. So let's find a wither skeleton and borrow some of his DNA again. Thank you for your DNA. Let's make sure we got it, and you can die now. Alright, so I gotta get a couple wither skeleton skulls. I'm just gonna make a wither spawner out of this, I think, and grind them up real quick. Hello there, chicken. How would you like to become genetically modified? Not quite sure what that was, but think that was a happy birthday call again. Alright, we'll switch our silverfish spawner over, and I don't have a beheading weapon, so we'll just make do with our laser gun. Probably has to be dark to spawn them as well. Is that gonna do, or is it still too bright? No, that'll be fine. Alright. Hey look, there's a skull already. Let me grab 3 of these real quick. Figured may as well take this as an opportunity to level up a data model for these guys as well, even if we're probably never going to simulate it. Maybe we will for skulls later, I don't know. But I think we'll stop here at Superior because I'm 99% sure we've gotten at least, yeah, gotten at least 3 skulls. My laser gun also has 5 modifiers on it now, and there's really no point putting more damage on this thing. It already does enough. So I'm just gonna make it unbreakable. Easy. Alright, let's go kill a wither skeleton, or a wither real fast to wrap things up for today. It's been a while since I've killed one of these fair and square, but I think right now I'm strong enough that I don't need to employ any cheesy tactics like spawning him in netherrack, or in bedrock. So, come to me, wither. Please don't blow up my base with a stray skull. I'm pretty sure we just like 2 or 3 shot him though. Wait, if I slot him here, he's gonna kill my chickens. And those chickens are, yep, he's dead. Those chickens are how I get my, my spawn swappers. Did I get the, okay, there's our another star. It's nice that he drops the essence as well. We can farm essences off withers in the future as opposed to having to set up a huge, well, not even a huge farm, but a regular farm. The thing is, by dropping them as Supremium Essence, we don't have to do nearly as much of this, like, infusion crystal crafting. Although, look at this. How much does it take to... We probably can make ourselves a Master Infusion Stone if we wanted to. But I think that'll be a project for another time. So, that's it for today. Down to 1 danger noodle. Can I shoot it? Yeah, I don't think it does anything. Makes me feel better about myself, though. Alright, anyways, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.